All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I wanted to bring this to the forefront of everyone's attention. I don't know if you guys have seen it before. I've been talking about this for the last week or so, basically to everyone I can talk to, only because it's really brilliant when it comes to explaining network marketing and the power behind leverage and duplication. And so I'm going to explain to you guys a simple way that you can explain to people the kind of money that's available through Isogenics. And how you can explain it to people in a way that will make sense to them so that they understand the potential that is here for them and can actually see themselves in network marketing. So this book, right, comes from the Cash Flow Quadrant, or Rich Dad, Poor Dad, with Robert Kiyosaki. So it's a really good book to get your hands on if you don't have it already, or if you haven't seen this before. It's a short read, really good book. So definitely grab that. But this is basically explaining society in 4 quadrants, different ways to make money in 4 quadrants. And so it starts in the E quadrant as an employee, right? And it says you have a job. So the analogy we like to use is a hairdresser analogy, okay? So you start off as a hairdresser, right? You get your hairdressing license. You're super excited to get out into the workforce or just to start using your license. So you go to your favorite salon and you're like, please hire me. I want to work for you. I want to start working on, helping people with their hair or whatnot. And you get hired as a employee in the salon. So you get paid hourly. Maybe you take home some commissions. But generally, they're setting your hours. You're clocking in, you're clocking out. You might be getting some commissions, but you have a job. You're just a traditional employee and you just cut hair as an employee. Okay. So let's use Margaret as an example. So say Margaret is hairdresser Margaret. She gets really good at hairdressing and she's like, okay, I want to take this to the next level. I want to make my own hours and I want to start taking home all my commissions from my clients. So she's like, okay, I'm going to be self-employed. She moves down to the S quadrant. Now she owns her job. And the reason why she owns her job is because, one, she makes her own money and she takes home her own money and she makes her own hours. Okay, so she no longer has a boss, so to speak. She's her own boss, but she still owns a job. So she just dictates the hours that she's working and the money that she's taking home. She's her own boss. She has her own job. She's self-employed. This is where most of business owners that are self-employed live. They live in the S quadrant. Now, the problem with the S quadrant is, although they are self-employed, they're more entrepreneurial, they're making their own hours, and they're taking home their own money. The problem with this is that they're still capped and they're still trading time for money. The reason being is because there's only one of them. There's only one chair that she can have a client sit in. There's only so many hours that she has in a day. There's only so many days in a week, so many weeks in a year, and so many years in her life, right? So she's maxed out, or she's capped out by the time that she has. So in order to take it to the next step and earn more money passively is to leverage and duplicate herself, okay? So this is where, network marketing comes in, okay? As an analogy, we're using hairdressing, but this is where you can kind of start to think about network marketing. So she's like, I need to kick it up another notch because I need to make more money. And, I only have so many hours in the day and I want to go on vacation. And when I'm on vacation, I don't make any money. The money stops coming in. So she says, okay, I need to move over to the B quadrant. Now she's a business owner. So she owns a system that works for her. So now Margaret said, okay, I'm gonna bring in different hairstylists. They're going to rent chairs from me. So they're going to rent a chair from my salon every single month. They're going to pay me $500 a month for their chair so that they can bring their own clients because they're the ones that are self-employed now, right? I own the salon. They work at my salon, but they're self-employed, making their own hours and renting the chairs from me. So now I get 1, overrides on all of their clients because they're coming into my salon. 2, I get all of their rent income. So every single month they pay a monthly rent income to hold their chair at my salon to operate their business, right? Because those people are in the S quadrant. Margaret's now the B, the business owner, and she has a bunch of S's or self-employed people working, at her salon. So now she owns a system. So if she takes off for Bali for, a month or so, she's not there. Maybe she's hired in a manager. She has a system working for her. But generally, if she just decided to quit, she's the only owner, and it will probably crash because there's no direction, there's no leadership. What are all these people going to do? They need someone there. She still has responsibilities, okay? So then she's like, I really want total freedom. I really want passive residual income. I don't want to be needed in my business. I don't want to be needed in my system. I want my system to be successful without me. So Margaret says, great, I'm going to franchise out. And so now she has money and people and systems working for her that no longer need her. And this happens when Bob, Joe, and Nancy and Fred come to her and they say, okay, we love what you've built as a business. We want to open our own salons, but we don't really want to work from the ground up. We want to use your brand, your credibility, and your X amount of years and experience to launch our businesses. Can we buy a franchise of your business for a certain amount of money? And can we open salons under your name? So now Margaret has 10 or 15 salons all over the US, right? Or all over wherever she's living, that are systems, that are businesses and systems working for her without her, because now they have their own owners. They're their own little, ecosystems within each salon. So now Margaret can really take off to Bali. She could even shut down her personal business, her personal salon if she wants, because she's franchised out. She's leveraged herself. She has people and systems and things and operations in place so that she's no longer needed for her business's success. So now she has passive residual income. That is the goal of network marketing, right? So in network marketing, we have the same exact model. We have everything from the E quadrant to the I quadrant, right? The E being employee, right? Trading something for something would be starting up a new person in your business. They come in with products. You get compensated for bringing them in because you get a little bonus off of the products that they ordered. That's a one-time transaction. Boom, done. Employee quadrant, so to speak, in network marketing, okay? The S, right, self-employed would be, okay, now you're your own business owner, sure, but you have a lot of customers. And so you have a lot of these customers, but no one's really building a business underneath you, but you just have a lot of customers and you're helping them out. It's great, but there's only one you, and there's now like a 60-to-1 ratio customer to business owner, okay? And then you move over to the B quadrant in network marketing, where we're now a business owner. We own a system that works for us. Maybe we have a few product sharers, right? Maybe we have some people talking about the business here and there, sharing it. Maybe the customers are ordering on autopilot and they just order. They're really good customers. They keep ordering. So we're still going to make money if we leave. But chances are we haven't built any real leaders beneath us. We haven't built any real businesses beneath us. And so if we leave, chances are all our customers are going to say F this and walk away. Now, the I quadrant is the end game for all of network marketing. All of network marketers, the I quadrant is where you want to get. And that's when you truly build real leaders in your business who are bought in, they're excited, they no longer need you to excite them. They no longer need you to inspire them because they're so lit up about this opportunity and they're running with it with or without you. A system working with or without you, passive residual income. And that's the end goal. So network marketing has a compensation for the E, the S, the B, and the I in the cash flow quadrant, right? But the same goal applies to network marketing. Your goal in network marketing is to duplicate and leverage. Just like the hairdresser, her goal was to duplicate and leverage systems. Our goal is the same. We're here to duplicate and leverage systems. The beautiful part is that in Isogenics, we have already built the system for all of us, right? The system's already built. We just need to tap into it and teach others how to tap into it as well. So I hope this makes sense, guys. I'm going to send out the replay so you can watch this because it's really good when you explain this to people. Now this is really all I'm explaining to people when I'm educating them on network marketing. I don't talk much about the products. I don't sell them on weight loss. I don't sell them on, some detox BS. No, I talk to them about money. I talk to them about financial freedom, and I talk to them about trading time for money, because ultimately after you hear this, obviously you're going to want something in your life that's going to be able to generate passive residual income for you. Now, how do you do that, right? What are you doing every single day in order to get to that I quadrant, that investor quadrant? So there's 4 things you should be doing. If you're not taking notes, now's the time to take notes on this. Your DMO, your daily method of operations. No matter what business you're in, if you're in real estate, I know Natty's on here, Zach's on here, you guys are both in real estate. Anyone in real estate, anyone in business for themselves, you should have a DMO, a daily method of operations that you're doing in your business to ensure success. Something where if you do it every single day, there's no way you can fail. There's no way you cannot succeed if you do these things every single day. So that is, right, prospecting, following up, inspiring, and promoting. Okay, let's talk about prospecting. So prospecting is really a slimy word, I think. I like to say cultivating relationships, okay? So you could do this through Facebook, through Instagram, through LinkedIn, through Shaper, through phone contacts. All you're doing when you're prospecting is you're generating new leads for yourself. You're generating new people, new blood, new prospects, new relationships to talk to and to either help them join Isogenics or not. And either way is fine, right? And so you can do that through different platforms. You can use your phone contacts and just go A to Z and just send out messages using oureasytraining.com, the website we all have. You guys all mute yourselves. You guys are coming in and out. Facebook, right? You can use direct messages, or you can use like just commenting on people's things, networking with people, reaching out through DMs, or I think it's called PMs on Facebook. Instagram is really good for this. You can use your polls on your story to cultivate relationships, get people to click yes, they want more information, or no, that they're all set. You can also send voice memos on Instagram, which is something that I've been doing the past 2 weeks. It works brilliantly. Just sending a quick voice memo like, hey, so-and-so, I'm so glad that we've connected on here. I just checked out your page. I love that you're into fitness and you're really into mindset. We share a lot in common. I have no idea if what I do would be for you or not, but I'd love to run it by you. Would you be open to having a chat with me sometime this week? I think the world of you. No worries if it's not for you, but whatever. Something like that. I send in a voice memo. Like I sent out 10 today, and I booked 2 appointments out of those 10. So Instagram's super powerful. LinkedIn, a lot of people are having success right now on LinkedIn. I personally haven't dabbled in LinkedIn at all, but I know that, forgive me, what's her name? There's somebody in our team that I could connect you with who's crushing it on LinkedIn. So if you aspire to make LinkedIn your jam, then I can hook you up with that. Shaper, most people don't know about. It's not a social media app or platform, but it is a prospecting tool specifically. So it allows you, it's basically like Tinder for business. So you'll have like, you can swipe literally left and right for people that you want to connect with or not, but it's business and entrepreneurship related. So they're only on there to look for new opportunities. They're only on there to help people grow or give people opportunities themselves. So people are literally on there looking to do something with their lives. So that's a really great place to start. And then obviously your phone contacts, going through and just, yeah, Jill, thank you. Her name's Zyla for LinkedIn. Her name's Zyla. So for phone contacts, you literally go through A to Z and no fear attached, no strings attached, reach out to them, and you just offer them to get on a call this week. You know, hey, so-and-so, I recently started, if it's about the health opportunity, you know, I recently started a nutritional cleansing system. I'm super excited about it. I'm looking for a few people to start with me. I'd love to connect you to Maddie or whoever your upline is. I'd love to connect you to them and get you all the information you need. If you want to, would you want to join me, or would you want to learn more about what I'm doing? And we have scripts, guys. Again, oureasytraining.com has all the scripts that I'm just like word vomiting at you right now in there, written out for you. It's oureasytraining.com. So that's prospecting. Moving on to following up, right? So following up, you're only going to have to do this after you prospect, because at first you have no one to follow up with. So you need a system for this. And I will show you. We have a gigantic whiteboard behind my head. And I also use a really nice notebook that I keep all of my relationships or contacts or prospects in. Okay, so get a really nice notebook if you don't have it already. Every time you reach out to somebody, you write their name down. Okay, you should already have an ongoing list of people who you would really love to work with in isogenics and in network marketing, or people who really need a health transformation that you would love to help out. And every time you reach out to them, you want to write, you know, talk to December 9th, you know, reached out January, whatever, had a phone call. They said no, put an N. They didn't have enough money, put a money sign and circle it, right? But the key is following up, right? Most people only join on the 5th to 12th exposure. That's mind-blowing to me, but it's true. Most people only join for the 5th to the 12th exposure. Now, as you get going in network marketing, as you get going with selling, you're going to get better and better and better. Your conversion rates are going to be like smaller. Like now, I think mine is like every 5 people I talk to, I probably sign up 2 to 3 for every 5 people I talk to on the first call. So your ratios will get better and better as you go. Whiteboards, lists, phone tagging method. So in my phone, I have something that I do. Every time I connect with somebody new, instead of putting their first and last name where they're supposed to go, I put their first and last name in the first name column, and then I put prospect in the last name column. So I'll show you guys here. So I have literally like so many, it just says like prospect underneath their names. And so this is how I keep track of, one way I keep track of it. I have it on paper and I have it in my phone for people. And then whenever I need to follow up, I just go through my prospects list on my phone, and I have notes in the notes section under their name about, how I talked to them last and what went on and what happened. So 2 methods that I use. You can also use alerts and a calendar. So if you're not using a calendar right now for your appointments and your daily method of operations, I think Jill posted something today. It said, show me your calendar, I'll show you your life or something. I forget. But it was like, show me your calendar, I'll show you your income or something like that. And it's so true. If you don't have your day planned out, if someone asks you, hey, what time works for you tomorrow? And you can't pull something up and say, this time works for sure, then you're doing it wrong. You guys need something where you're like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what I have here. This is what I need to move. If something happens, I can move these 3 appointments and just go, right? You want to use a calendar to book your appointments, especially as you guys continue to build with your prospecting and your following up. You need a system to be able to hold you accountable to following up with people and being on time and showing up for people. There's nothing worse than booking an appointment and then being late. I've done it. It's not cool. They don't think you're professional. They don't take you seriously, and then you've lost a lead, right? So that's that. And then the third thing is inspiring people. So again, this isn't something that you can do until you've prospected, followed up. Now you have a team. Now you can help inspire them, right? So phone calls with your downline, 3-way calls, it's getting on calls with people in your team, your business partners, and helping them bring other business partners into the business, right? Getting on 3-way calls, being on there so that they can introduce you and you can do all the explaining for your new business partner. And welcoming people to the team with them. And then how can you help? You always want to be thinking, how can you help your team? How can you help them grow? How can you help them get to events? How can you help them be more successful in what they're doing? How can you make it easier for them? You always want to be thinking of serving them. Like some part of your day in your daily method of operation should be focused on how can you help your team? How can you help them grow? What can you do? What can you share with them? What video can you send them? And then the 4th thing is promoting. And this is promoting events, Zoom calls just like this, and Facebook groups, and anything else that we have going on. So events, guys, we have Nashville coming up. A lot of people on this call are coming to Nashville. I'm so excited. But events, guys, I didn't take this business seriously until I went to my first event. Like, I was just lollygagging with this business. Like, I was comfortable. I had money coming in. I didn't really need this, like, whatever. And then I went to an event and I saw people our age, 22, 23, 24, 25 years old, making 6 figures in 2 years doing this, $400,000 a year. Emily Vavra's making $400,000 a month in Isogenics. Like, there is money to be made in Isogenics, guys. There's more money in Isogenics on the table than there is in any other network marketing company. And you can be sure of that when you're talking to people. Isogenics has the best compensation plan in all of network marketing. So events, right, like Nashville, there's one in October coming up for, I believe it's ISA University, which is really good as well. That's in October. You want to promote Zoom calls, right? You want to get your team on the training calls. If you're here and your team's not showing up, that's a reflection of you. Like, you want your team on these things. You want them plugged in, because if they're not plugged in every week, guess what? The negativity of the world, the skeptics of the world, right? They're going to chip away at your new business partners. And they're going to get just eaten up by the negativity and like the judgment. I mean, like, not everyone is doing this. Like, you should congratulate yourselves for being in network marketing and taking, I don't want to say the leap because it's not a friggin' leap, but, having enough courage and faith to pursue something and go first, right? You're already put yourselves in leadership positions just by going first, right? You all have your own networks that probably aren't doing this. They're probably not on a Zoom call at 9:20 at night learning about their future and how they can make money. Like, they're just probably not doing that. The masses just don't do that stuff. So pat yourselves on the back for that. And then you want to just, educate your team on that. Like, hey, if you're not getting on this call every Monday night, I'm afraid like you might just slip off. Like, I know you joined to get out of college debt. I know you joined to get out of consumer debt. I know you joined because you want to pursue your dancing career. If you're not on these calls every night, like, you might just slip away. Like, it's easy to just forget about it and go back to your comfortable life. So you want to make sure you're promoting these things. And then, oopsie, sorry. So how it breaks up, right? One sec. There we go. How it breaks up. How should you be breaking this up? So at first, right, obviously prospecting is going to be 100% of your time because you have no one to follow up with, you have no one to inspire yet, and you have no one to promote to. So Prospecting is going to fill up 100% of your time. So however many hours you're doing this business model a day, 100% of those hours should be geared towards prospecting. And again, LinkedIn, Shaper, Instagram, Facebook, your phone contacts, yearbooks, like whatever you need to get your hands on to reach out to people. Prospecting is cultivating relationships and reaching out to people. That's it. Once you've prospected enough, you had some appointments, now you probably have some following up to do. So your DMO, your daily method of operations, is going to go down to 50% prospecting and 50% following up. Okay, so then when you're following up with people, you're saying, hey, I know we talked last month, timing wasn't really right for you. You could even say, I don't want to be annoying, but is now a better time? Or, hey, so-and-so, I suggest he's always doing promotions. You could say, like, hey, so-and-so, I know we chatted last month, pricing wasn't right, or like money wasn't right. Isogenics is doing a promotion this month. Would you be open to taking a new look at Isogenics? I always say that. Would you be open to taking a new look at what I do? Or if they already know what you do, would you be open to taking a new look at Isogenics? And then just opening up for another conversation. 9 times out of 10, they say yes. Seriously, I've done it so many times. 9 times out of 10, they've had a month for it to sink in. They've had a month watching you on social media. They've had a month thinking about it. And they're probably going to want to take a second look, especially because they're probably in the same job that they were a month ago, getting the same results that they were getting a month ago. And then inspiring. So it will go down to 25%, all the way down to inspiring and promoting, in which you're prospecting 25% of the time, you're following up 25% of the time, you're inspiring, and you're promoting 25% of the time. It will split up evenly into 4 parts. Most people, guys, most leaders in network marketing shift to inspiring and promoting 50-50. If you do that in network marketing, your growth will tank, your income will tank, everything will tank because you're not doing the do. The bulk of this business is prospecting and following up. Getting people in the business. It's talking to new butts. I don't know why I said butts, but I was going to say butts and seats, but getting butts and seats on webinars, on team calls, on whatever it might be. But the name of the game is prospecting, cultivating relationships, and following up. You guys just need to become masters at getting to know people, getting to know what people need, getting to know what people want, getting to know their pain points, getting to know how you can help them, just building relationships. And so through that, right, through those conversations, you then can say, hey, I have no idea if this would be for you or not, but I know you're trying to get out of college debt. I might have a vehicle that could help you do so, right? Hey, you just told me you're trying to lose some weight. I have no idea if it would be for you or not, but I have a vehicle that might help you do so. Would you be open to taking a look? Yay or nay, doesn't matter. Either or, move on, then follow up. I hope this is making sense to you guys. And that's really it. So I'm going to open up for Q&A. But if you just focus on those 4 things, guys, there's no way you can't be successful. Most people, what happens is they get caught up in like scrolling on Instagram. They'll be like, oh, I'm going to go prospect on Instagram. Scroll. Oh, I need to cultivate the perfect post. Let me cultivate the perfect Instagram post. They spend 2 hours cultivating a post and they do no prospecting, guys. You need to be in the trenches prospecting and following up with people. The posts, the YouTubes, the Facebook Lives, the content creation, all that crap can come later. You already know 2,000 to 3,000 people right now at your fingertips that you can reach out to and help get started with this. You don't need to get fancy right now. You don't. You just need to start talking to people. The fanciness will come. The good content will come. All that stuff will come. But I will tell you, documenting your journey, if you're not afraid to, right, on social media, documenting your journey is super important, right? And with that, I don't mean like screaming, I'm an Isogenics, join my business, Isogenics really shouldn't be anywhere on your social media. You don't want to post like, oh, just joined Isogenics, or, oh, love my Isogenic shakes. Like, you want to pique people's curiosity. And some people this works for, guys. Generally what happens is they have massive followings. They say that they're in a certain network marketing company. They get a lot of people in their network marketing company, and then they can't duplicate themselves and they have no success in network marketing. You have to do, if what you're doing isn't leverageable, isn't duplicatable, then just don't do it, right? So if I were to scream Isogenics, but then I signed up Monkey Do from the street, and Monkey Do doesn't have a following, and Monkey Do can't, scream Isogenics and have people join, then that's not something I should be doing. It's not something you should be doing. So everything, keep it very, very simple. Document your journey, share your excitement, pique people's curiosity. But don't overcomplicate it, and don't get stuck like on the scroll pearl analysis. Scroll analysis, I think they call it. I don't know. I don't know what to call it, but just don't get fancy yet. You just need to do 2 things: prospect, follow up, and that's the name of the game. Does anyone have questions about those 4 things that I could help you out with? Everyone's good?
When you're out there looking for prospects, how are you finding them?
Yeah, so I love Instagram. I think Instagram's brilliant for network marketing, and I'll tell you why. It's because if you use your Instagram in the right way, meaning that you have a curated feed, okay, a curated feed on your Instagram profile where they can open up your feed and it's pretty, the photos are bright, the photos are clear, you're in like 3/4 to like 50% of your photo, you're really close so they can see your face. And it looks like you're presentable, like it's like your resume. Like you guys should start treating your Instagram profiles as your resume instead of just like you're a consumer. Like you need to make that mind shift from consumer to creator. Now you're someone that can help people. Boom. You're someone that can help people. You're no longer a consumer. You're no longer in scroll, pearl, whatever. You're a consumer. You're a content creator. So when people land on your page, they have access to your entire life. In your highlights, they have access to your entire life. In your stories, they have access to your entire life. So what I do on Instagram is I have 3 days, and I've condensed this. Jill, I don't know if I told you this. I've condensed this a lot. So I used to comment on someone's photo, I used to like their picture, I used to send them a DM, and then ask them to connect. No, and then 3 days later, I would ask them to talk about the opportunity, okay? So I'd like, comment, send them a nice, genuine DM compliment, and then 3 days later, I would reach out intentionally to connect and book the appointment, okay? You don't want to wait too much time between when you connect with them and when you ask for the appointment, because if so, they might go and join another network marketing company. Like you might lose them. So you need to have a short amount of time where you're connecting with them and then you're asking them for the appointment. So now what I'll do is I have 2 to 3 days. I'll comment on one of their pictures, like a picture on their profile, 3 days in a row, so that they see me 3 days in a row. Within that time, they've probably checked out my profile or something, or because they've commented, now they've seen my stories or something. And everything that I do is always in alignment. I'm always talking about get out of the 9 to 5. I'm always talking about motivation. I'm always talking about mindset. I'm always talking about, how I was lost and now I'm found. Like I'm always talking about that kind of thing. So you want to be sure that your Instagram is aligned with that, so that when they hear you and they see what you're posting, it's the same message that's coming across. And then so I'll comment them, I'll comment on their picture, and then I'll just message them. Hey, so-and-so, I'll send them a voice message. Hey, so-and-so, I've been following you for a few days now. I'll be honest. I've been following you for a few days now. I really love the message that you're putting out. I love that you're into fitness. We have a lot in common. I have no idea if what I do would be for you or not, but I really think the world of you. I love you. I love what you're putting out. Could we connect sometime this week? Like whatever you have to say. If you're like not as, I would have never said that at first. So if you're not feeling like, you're like, oh my God, that's awkward as shit, then don't do that right now because you're going to sound awkward as shit. So do something like, hey, just saw your profile. I've recently started something new. I'm super excited about it. I'd love to share it with you. Like, just be genuine. Be genuinely you, but, like, you also don't want to be like, hey, I just, started a new business and it's a shake diet. Do you want to start? So you want to have some emphasis behind it. If you're doing a voice memo, if you don't want to do a voice memo, you can just do a DM. Voice memos work really well right now because, again, not a lot of people will do them because people are scared of talking. So you'll make yourself stand out right off the bat. Jill, that was a long-winded answer, but that's what I do on Instagram. I'll also go into the fitness hashtag. I think I've told you that, though. I'll go into the fitness hashtag, and I'll just connect with a bunch of new girls that I genuinely would love to work with. Genuinely is the key. Like, you can't just find a random person and they're like, oh, they would make me a lot of money. Let me DM them. You need to be like, I like this girl. I like her vibe. I like what she's about. I would love to help her explode life. Let me reach out to her. Because then the excitement and enthusiasm, it will genuinely come across. Any other questions, guys? Awesome. So this is recorded, so I will send this out to you guys so you can rewatch it, take notes if you haven't already. I am here for your support, to support you, get on three-way calls any way you need to. Jill, Christian, everyone's here to support you guys in any way that we can. So just reach out for three-way calls and whatnot, and I'll see the rest of you in Nashville. All right. Good night, guys.